Here's the scariest realization I had about my life and what it means for you. Because if you looked at my life from a few years ago from the outside looking in, you probably would have thought I was the problem. Addicted, broke, lost, stressed out, no direction. And you would have been right. But here's the most scary part. That version of me that scares me the most isn't the addict. It's not the broke guy with no money who's in debt. It's not even the version of me that's rock bottom. It's the version of me that allowed myself to get comfortable staying there. Because rock bottom isn't dangerous. What's dangerous is knowing that you're capable of more and doing absolutely nothing about it. That's dangerous. And if I'm honest, that's where most people are living their life. Not in rock bottom, not in disaster, just in some weird, quiet, low-level disappointment that they've just become numb to. So what happens? You wake up tired, so then you sit on your phone scrolling, then you go to work half-heartedly, waiting for the day to end, and you tell yourself you're going to lock in again next week, and then you just about get through the day, then distract yourself all night, and then repeat it again all over again tomorrow. And nothing terrible even happens. That's the sneaky bit, but nothing amazing or exciting happens either. And that's the trap, not complete failure, because complete failure would actually force you to make a change. But instead, it just slowly drains your life bit by bit by bit. I remember sitting there on my own one night, nothing dramatic even happened, no mad movie scene, no tears, just this horrible feeling. And it was the feeling that I was watching my own potential die in front of me in real time. That I knew exactly what I should be doing, and for some reason I still wasn't doing it. And I swear to God, that feeling is so hard to explain, because it's not even sadness. It's way worse than that. It's regret before the fact. It's looking at your own life and knowing that you're so much capable of doing so much more. Knowing you're built for more. Knowing you can be more, do more, have more. But still choosing the comfortable option. Maybe that's where you are right now. Decent job, maybe you're in a relationship, half decent body, half decent life. But deep down, you know just quote unquote decent isn't just what you want. You don't want just decent. You want to feel alive again. You want to feel excited. You get me excited talking about it. Now I'm spitting everywhere. You want energy, purpose, direction. You want to stop feeling like you're constantly behind in your own life. And here's the thing that nobody ever tells you. You don't feel off just because you're broken and you're lost. You feel off because you're out of alignment across body, mind, money. Your body is asking for daily standards. Your mind's absolutely begging for some sort of clarity. And your money is asking you to take responsibility and get a plan of action in place. But instead of listening, you keep on distracting yourself. Because distraction feels easier than honesty. Because I used to think my problem was motivation. But it wasn't. I've always had motivation. Everybody's got motivation. It comes like a sugar rush. It comes and it goes. The real problem is that I was lying to myself. I was saying I was going to do one thing, and then I was doing another. I was saying that I wanted a better future, whilst repeating the same habits that had built that same sad life that I built. Saying that I'd want confidence, but avoiding all the hard things that build confidence. And eventually, I realised something brutal. Painfully brutal. You don't become confident by thinking differently. You become confident by keeping promises to yourself. Every time you break a promise to yourself, your self-respect and your self-trust starts to drop and starts to decay. Every skipped workout, every excuse, every time you say you're going to lock in and make some money and do some income-generating activities and you don't do it, every time you know what needs doing and still don't do it, you start to teach yourself that your own word means nothing. And then you wonder why you feel stuck. That's the craziest part. You already know exactly where you're out of alignment across body, mind, and money. Nobody needs to tell you that. You're very aware of it. You're not stupid. You know your body's slipping. You know your mind's constantly full of noise and distraction. And you know that your finances are stressing you out. You know exactly where you've been cutting corners. You know exactly where you've been settling. You know these things. You wouldn't be clicking on this video today and searching for these kinds of videos if you weren't. The real problem is avoidance. And avoidance starts to get expensive very, very quickly. And I'm not talking about just financially, emotionally, mentally, physically, because every year you stay the same. The gap between who you are and who you could/should be just gets bigger and bigger. And that's what creates anxiety, not the future, but the gap between your potential and your actions. The turning point in my life wasn't even getting out of debt or getting sober. It wasn't stepping in a boxing ring. It wasn't winning boxing titles. It wasn't even making real money for the first time in my life. It wasn't building businesses. The turning point was deciding that I was done lying to myself. Done blaming, done waiting, done pretending, done living half-hearted. I was done with hoping things would magically improve. And then all of a sudden, you improve, you change things, then life starts to improve. That's why I'm obsessed with alignment across body, mind, money, because I've seen what it's done in my life and my clients' lives. Because when those three things are pulling in the same direction, everything in your life starts to change. Your confidence starts to go through the roof. Your relationships start to change. Your opportunities change. Your entire reality starts to change. Not overnight, but permanently. And maybe this video found you at exactly the right time. Maybe you've been feeling off. Maybe you've been feeling like you're not quite like yourself anymore. Maybe you're tired of watching life happen for everybody else from the sidelines. Maybe you know you're capable of so much more. If that's the case, then good. This video found you at the right time today. The algorithm blessed you with this video at the right time. It means part of you know it's worth still fighting. It means part of you really believes there's more. It means that you're not finished. Not even close to being finished. So stop looking and hoping and waiting for a sugar rush of motivation and start looking for some real honesty. Because honesty is where the change starts to begin. So if you're brave enough to find out exactly where you're falling short across your body, your mind and your money, hit the link in the description and go and do the alignment audit. It will take you less than 10 minutes and it will show you exactly where you're at across body, mind, money, exactly where you could be, and it will give you the actions to start moving forward in all three areas so everything starts working together. Because here's the truth. You're not far away from living the life that you want to live mentally, financially, emotionally. You're just not quite in alignment yet across body, mind, money. So if you're ready to finally lock in and get in alignment, click the link in the description and go and do the alignment audit. It's free and it'll take you less than 10 minutes. I'll see you in the next video. Let's fucking go.